Hey, I came down pretty heavy today on somebody that I didn't think was investing in the future and paying it forward. But there is great news. Kudos to the people that do. Hey, there you are. It's Kurt with Mañana No Mas. And if you follow me or you see my content popping up in your feed here or there, you know that we've got a few projects here at Mañana No Mas. We have our projects and we have client projects. I also do some public speaking and training and things like that. And so earlier today, with the Power Sport Academy, I jumped on and I was just kind of in a rant saying, there's all this low hanging fruit in the power sports, marine, and basically service networks where there's all this low hanging fruit, like ways to improve the internal culture, ways to improve efficiencies, productivities, and ways to really drive margin. And the dealer owners are just not engaged, not plugging in, not doing just a cursory overview of, hey, what are some simple things that I could really improve in my business to drive the bottom line? So I went online and I said all that and I just spewed it out today. And then after that, I had a follow up. I'm going to call it a sales meeting. We had already really made the sale, but it was up to the client to figure out like which package they wanted to settle on. So it was like, we said, hey, here's 3 choices. And they were like, hey, great. We know we're going to go with you. We're just not sure which choice we're going to pick. And so they had a couple of questions. We jumped on the call with them today. They asked some really intelligent questions. Obviously, they spent time over the weekend thinking about their particular use case. And then they came to us with the questions. We supplied the answers. We filled in the kind of the missing links in the proposal, if you will, and they doubled down on the whole thing. So if we were to say, here's a good, better, best proposal, they took the best and left room at the end for expansion. So as we discussed their decision with them today, I was really curious. I was wondering, why is it that in one industry people would shut the door on possible future growth and investing in themselves and their staff and getting better, and then I can step into a completely different industry, even though I'm kind of in the same headspace. I'm providing services and consulting to help these companies get ahead. But why can I step into a completely different realm, and the mannerisms and the openness and what I'm going to say is critical thinking is just scads and scads above. So as we were talking to this client, she had asked some very point those questions, and I'm going to tell you that her product is going to end up, in us making a website for her, but this isn't a $10,000 or a $20,000 or even a $30,000 website. The investment overall for this, with, with content and the platform, is beyond that. And so she's making an investment here. And then she said in the call, she said, we are the leader in our segment of industry, and we want to make sure that we stay in that position. So we need to make this investment at this time to stay ahead, right? And so if you listen to how that is phrased, it's like, we know that we're the best. We want to stay the best. And in order to stay the best, we know we need to keep investing and developing further and further. We need to be proactive and not reactive. And I got to tell you, it is so refreshing to have a client like that, where the energy that they're going to bring to this project is going to be very positive. So part of me is like, wow, we probably could have charged an extra $30,000 on this, because I know that they're going to be a pain in the rear. They are going to be a pain in the rear in all the right ways. Right? They're going to want to know, like, where are the milestones? Are we on time? Is this getting done on time? What's the quality of the user experience? What's the quality of the content conversion? When is this? Like, I know that that's going to be part of project managing this project, but the positive side of it is I know that my energies, as I put them into this project, are going towards a business owner that is really focused on not just gaining success, but on maintaining existing success. You see, When you are, let's go back to a dealer example. A dealer example is you go to an area that's geographically locked in, where they have the advantage of natural organic geofencing. So to phrase this in a way that's understandable for most business folks, let's say that you're selling motorcycles, bicycles, mountain bikes, RVs, whatever, but because of the geolocation, because of the surrounding foothills, mountains, highways, waterways, byways, all that, you're the provider for a certain space, and just it's organic, it's natural. You're like, this is my area. And then you kind of know the population there and you go, okay, so the population's big. I have access to all of these products. I have a killer building. And so if I have relationships with the people that make the products and I have a killer building and I'm geographically advantaged, you're going, oh my goodness, I have the ability to maintain success out of this. Now let's go one step further. Let's say that this was a pre-existing business that had been there for a while. And so now all you got to do is step in, take over an existing business, and let's be honest, be proactive, make it better, not maintain it, not let it die on the vine, not skimp through, not try and optimize every single dime out of every single transaction to the point that customers get a disenfranchised experience, right? Think about the way you invest in your staff. Do my people know how to answer the phone? Do my people know how to write a repair order? Do my people know how to, get a unit delivered? Do my people know how to match accessories to a use case? Have that kind of handle on your business. When you see someone in a position with nothing to gain but more success and you watch them flush it down the drain, it takes a little wind out of your sails. Conversely, when you get to work with someone who is at the top of their industry and comes to you and says, I'm already at the top of the industry, I just need you to put on a new sail on this thing, put a new sail on it, and let's keep going. Let's go further than the competition. Let's keep driving this thing. Let's stay in the lead. Let's give the people in second, third, and fourth place, let's give them a good rear view of something that is continuing to take off. So we make the competition have to work even harder to try and not only catch us, but surpass us, right? That to me is like, wow. And so now you get to see kind of the dichotomy of Kurt Von Ahnen and Manana no Mas. We have clients in all ranges of what I've discussed. We have clients that quite realistically, they kind of come in and they have a great idea and they have a great drive and they're ready to go. And we talk to them and they say, yeah, let's get started. And then you start working on their project. And then for some reason, life distractions, change in the other person's employment, if they're a couple, health, right? We've had a couple of people lose out, especially during COVID, to health and other issues that followed. There's all kinds of reasons why a project might start to falter or start to fall by the wayside. But I want to put this out to you as an inspirational message, if at all possible. Tomorrow's the first day of the rest of your life. If you're in one of these projects and it's stalled or it's been, hyphenated, you can always pick the baton back up and start running again. You can always get back in the race. When I had my meeting today with this aggressive, proactive client, she brought an energy to the call that was like, she's ready to go. And how ironic, she's ready to go, right? But she's already at the lead of her industry. She's already in first place. And she wants to keep going, stay motivated, keep going. And that is a great, great recipe for leadership. I wrote the book, Action Leadership from the Edge. There's a copy of it right up there. Wrote the book, Action Leadership from the Edge. And it's about continuing to take action. Because people say that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. But what develops influence? What drives influence? It's our actions. And when I see somebody that makes an investment and says, hey, we're already at the top, we're already leading our game, but let's make an investment and make this thing better. oh man, all bets are off. I am so stoked to have a client that is of that caliber that I'm looking really forward to diving in on this project and managing it to exceed the expectations. And for those of you that have worked with me in the past, you know how I am about deadlines and budgets. I am looking forward to killing this job. This is going to be a fun one. Folks, I hope that you have the patience to keep dealing with me in these quick messages. I just thought if I got on earlier and I was kind of ranting and raving about a lack of success or a lack of motivation, I thought I would give you a view of kind of my perspective of what it's like to work with the opposite, to work with people that have drive, vision, ability. And what I really love, I think about like Austin Gray when I worked at Ducati. Austin hired really smart, really capable people to work for him, and then said things like this to people like me. Well, I don't know. I hired you. You're the expert. I hired you to run this and take control of it and make it a success. So go and do that. Right. And that's kind of what this lady did with me today. She was like, hey, I'm hiring you guys. I know you're going to knock this out of the park. Let's get this new website up. And this is a Lifter LMS project. This is tons of learning content, tons of active users, tons of corporate clients funneling active users to it. This is going to be a very high traffic, high success website. And I'm super stoked to be a part of the program. So that's that. Like I said, every now and then we get a good one and we can knock it out of the park. Thanks for watching.